EGM Network.
This is an Evergreen Media Network production. And now, it's time to put you on the spot with EGM. Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to On the Spot with EGM. I'm Eric Hunter, as I just told you. Welcome. We got a special treat for you all here today. We're going to talk about real estate and property taxes with the one and only Indian River County tax collector, Carole Jean Jordan. Welcome, dear. Thank you for coming out today.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Good to talk to you.
I've got all the questions right here.
And we've got all the answers.
Bingo.
Hopefully.
And with Carole Jean Jordan, we have got Eder Morales. I always call him Eddie, but it's Eder. Eder Morales, thank you so much for coming out.
Hi, Eric.
Let's get this ball rolling. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm so nervous. Okay, here we go. If somebody still hasn't paid their 2025 property taxes, when do they officially go delinquent? And what's the first penalty that hits? And what has to happen by June 1st if they're still unpaid?
Well, they're delinquent now, you get a extra 3% fee charged on April 1st.
Gotcha.
And that's really set up in Florida law to allow people to have a little more time. And in May, we go into advertising the delinquency. You know, you can still pay in April
Put it in the paper,
not get your name in the newspaper that people worry about.
Into paying now.
You just pay a little bit more in interest, yes. But then in May, we have 3 weeks of newspaper advertising that has the name of people that haven't paid their taxes. And again, the whole system is set up to benefit the homesteaded homeowner.
Gotcha.
Because if it hasn't been paid by June, then we have our tax certificate sale. And that allows a company or an individual, frankly, around the world, to bid and pay those taxes for the homeowner. It's done through, of course, our offices. It's done online. It's done with our software company, Grant Street Group, and they pay the taxes. We're able to distribute the money to the county, so the county's not, hurting for their extra fees that they get for property taxes. And then that gives the homeowner time to make other arrangements and hopefully catch up. And it can go on for several years.
Gotcha.
And it does. So.
Well, that brings up the next question. Can people split up their next property tax bill into like smaller quarterly payments? And if so, how do they sign up for that?
Absolutely. They can do that if they're eligible. They can split them in quarterly payments, like you mentioned. And I believe the process can actually be started and maybe even completed online now. We really try to make it easy for people to get things done, especially when it comes to property taxes. We don't want anyone to lose their home. And so the process is definitely available there. You can go on our website, irctax.com, and sign up for it if you're eligible.
All right, I'm going to go off script here for just a second. It's kind of what I do anyway. But there's a lot of news coverage of our Governor DeSantis proclaiming or trying to put through a passive bill eliminating property taxes. Do we still have to pay these things? Did it go? Did it pass?
Oh, nothing has been. There's been several proposals. One passed the Florida House, but was not even heard in the Florida Senate.
Okay.
And of course, then it would have to go to the governor for his signature. So they're going to have a special session. I think the date is still unknown. They're still working on that because, frankly, they haven't passed the budget yet, which is their one big job. Our state legislature is supposed to pass a budget every year, and they haven't quite gotten an agreement on that. So they're going to have to do that. Then they're going to have to work on property taxes and a few other things that got left undone. But,
all right, folks. Well, you heard it here. You still got to pay your property taxes, all right?
You do.
We're not out of the woods with that just yet.
You do, but we really want you to sign up for quarterly payment. It's so much easier.
Sounds like it's convenient, too.
Unless it's easy for you to pay $3,000 or $4,000 in taxes at one time, it's really painless, if you will.
Right.
You sign up with us prior to June, and your first payment is due in June, and then it's quarterly after that, and it's equalized over 4 payments, and that's a lot easier to do. We send you notices. I think we send text or email.
Reminder emails, yes.
If you stay on that payment, it's a better thing.
Certainly
a little easier.
Makes it easier, that's for sure. Now, what happens if somebody makes a couple of installment payments and then ends up selling that property?
Well, like Carole Jean mentioned, it is a really simple process to sign up, but things happen. Life does happen. Depending on the situation too, the first payment that is missed, if one is missed, automatically removes the individual from the quarterly payment plan. And so if they sell the property or, life happens and they miss that payment, they will be removed from the quarterly plan. And then they will be able to sign up the following year if they want to do that.
Right. I see.
But if they sell it and they don't miss anything, that will just roll over. It'll be paid, and you need to notify the buyer that the taxes are due, and they'll be receiving a quarterly request.
Gotcha. There you go.
And it's interesting because you see a lot of title closings that they don't understand that the taxes are a year later than what they're thinking that they are due when you've bought your house in that year, and you still have to in this year if you bought it in 26, you still may have 25 taxes owed on it.
Makes sense, my friends. Makes sense. Now listen, I heard about this new auto pay feature for my vehicle registration,
and that's all Eder's thing.
Now,
he's going to tell
Eder,
you all
I'm
about
gonna give you the floor on this. So tell us what you know.
So it's a great tool. One of the biggest issues is remembering to do a lot of these things.
Boy.
Especially if they're yearly or quarterly.
Welcome
it's hard
to my
to keep.
world.
Exactly. I've done it myself where I forget to renew my own registration and I work there. And so partnering with our vendors, we've rolled out a new option of autopay. So when you go on our website, you create an account and you can add all your different vehicles, trailers, vessels, whatever the case may be, to your account, and then sign up for automatic renewal. So, for example, my birthday is November. When November comes, or actually even before that, I'll start getting reminders from the vendor saying, hey, just so you know, we're going to renew this registration based on using the payment information you used last year. And at that point, you have the option to either choose not to renew it, update the payment information, or simply just not do anything. About 2 weeks before it's actually renewed, the vendor will do a check to make sure you still own that vehicle. People sell vehicles all the time. People, they upgrade. And so as long as the ownership is verified through the vendor, it will be renewed and you'll get a new registration and a new sticker in the mail.
That sounds easy peasy.
It is.
So for folks like me that still have a vaccination mark that really shy away from all that automated stuff because I get stuff on my phone all the time, what's the best way for people to get answers to their questions about the Indian River County Tax Collector's Office, whether it be driver's license, car registration? I mean, I just got my concealed weapons permit reapplied
we
for
heard
that.
that.
Yes, I did that. And it is a process, and it can be intimidating for folks like myself that have to use the bifocals to read all that stuff and all that. But
you had some sweet young lady help you, and
Wendy, it's the best.
Longtime friend.
Everybody that I've met there at the office seems to be really nice, except on Friday when you hold them over for some reason. But who isn't?
But the nice thing about the autopay too is, we encourage people to go online because the office can only handle so many people at a time, and everybody's busy. So let's go online. Let's set this up, and then it is an autopay. If you need to change, your banking account, maybe you're paying it, and we hope you're paying it by electronic banking or e-check because it's fee-free. I know that's a mouthful, but it's important.
Those fees can add up.
Because if you put it on a credit card, it's going to be a percentage.
It's a $3.50 fee on each registration.
Right.
To process with a credit card.
Right. And sometimes, people misunderstand that. So that's why we really, really encourage e-checks. And it is, I'm so happy to see it pick up more and more. We're getting more and more people paying by e-check.
We still get the little yellow sticker.
You get the little yellow sticker.
Goody. I love that.
They tried to get rid of it this year, but they haven't. Yes.
Yeah, just like this time change. I tried to get rid of that back in that last big vote. It didn't happen yet.
Well, Senator Rubio, who's now our Secretary of State's the one that was really promoting that. So I hope he handed
drop him a line.
Exactly. He needed to hand it over to somebody else.
I guess
hopefully he did.
Folks, hey, thank you so much. This has been On the Spot with your Indian River County Tax Collector, Carole Jean Jordan, and her main man, right-hand man right there, Mr. Eder Morales. And thanks to you all for tuning in, listening up. And if you've got any questions for the County Tax Collector's Office, you can still call them on the phone. They will answer.
Or chat.
Or you can hit them up on their email, your website.
All kinds of chat opportunities.
Which is that email? What is that? irctax.com.
That's correct.
Shoot, I need to get into this business. This is pretty good stuff.
I'm Eric Hunter.
There you go. I'm Eric Hunter, and thank thank you again. It's On the Spot with EGM. Pitch hitting for Jesse. I'm Eric. Thanks for sharing your time.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric.